Hi everyone, Mr. Phil here. Hey, I have a brand new Lego Spike Prime kit here. I've had this for a little while. It's my first chance to really pull it open and check it out, so I figured I'd just, let you see what I see when I do this. Nice yellow tub, can't beat that. My favorite color. See this one sheet, it's got a list of all the parts. And another sheet of stickers, a couple of trays, and a whole bunch of bags of stuff. What do the instructions say here? First, put the battery in. Second, press the button. Third, do stuff. Alright, I guess I can do those things. So I'm going to put these over the side here. I guess I should label these trays, shouldn't I? Are they the same? Yes. Okay. Let's have a look. This is the people tray. Seven. Oh my gosh, I didn't even have to figure that out myself. There's a little picture here that shows me how to do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, and it says put them on the insides, just like I did. Alright, so I guess following the instructions can be a real asset here. And then, interesting. So there's these other stickers here that indicate that I should put these little white pads on the various blocks, and I'm guessing that's so that you can put a number of some sort. This seems a little shiny to writing on it, but I guess we'll see. All right. Ooh, these are cool. Okay, so these are new. I've not seen anything like this before. That's a great shape frame there for a nice big structure. I guess they go in the base. I'll get to them in a second. So this was step number 1. You can see I've already opened this. Trash. So this goes in one way only. You can see there's a little divot on one end. I can plug it in. Hit the button. Maybe, oh, there we go, press and hold it. Isn't that cute? Oopsie, gotta get the phone. So I'm just going to go through all these parts here, and if I see something interesting, I'll point it out. I'm going to take some bags here. So these new wheels, they're fairly unique to the Spike kit. There's actually an accessory pack that you can buy from Lego that has a larger version of this wheel that I've seen some of the teams were looking to use for Lego League. They're kind of cool. They just go in there. So we have more frames. So this is bigger than most of the existing ones. So far we have several new structural elements that are pretty cool. Ooh, a large rack and pinion. That's unusual. Up till now, the rack and pinions have been fairly short, so there must be a gear. This looks like a heavier gear tooth than what we're used to. Oh yeah, I see some large gears. Oh, that's cool. All right. Rack and pinions. So standard length, nothing longer there. Yeah. And of course the old curly pieces. Look at these gears here. So it's funny how they've gone to black because he used to be grey. Interesting. These used to be like yellow and black. These fit the rack and pinions pretty nicely. Rubber band, rubber bands. Oh wow, just regular Lego blocks. All nice little ramps, kind of cool. Oh, I recognise these from a Lego League competition. Pipelines. I guess they go in the big tub. These are kind of interesting, kind of cute, decorative. It's kind of cute. These are fairly standard, and these have been around for a little while. Very colourful, not very exciting though. Pegs. These are fairly new. They're kind of like long versions of the old blue pegs. Kind of interesting. Two studs. Yellow axles. How long are they? 1, 2, 3, 7. Wow. So they're like replacing grey ones. Axles. That's a kind of cool piece. Not sure I've seen that one before. It's got 6 pegs that way and 3 pegs that way. It's kind of pretty cool. Standard. A couple more long beams, a couple more flat beams. Ooh, these are cool. Wow, so this one's got 5 holes and then another 2. And these ones don't go straight through, so that's pretty neat. Where does he go? 2 colors. Interesting. More gears, more wheels and tires, more gears. Piece has been around for a little while. this guy go? There it goes. Over here. This is interesting. This is used for attaching two of those ball joints together. So you take the little ball joint and snap him on there. So now you can do a pivoting joint. It's really kind of cool. Lots of little finicky bits. Nope, I shouldn't have done that. So just plainly the wrong tub there. No, it was a mixture from all different tubs. Here, pegs, lots of pegs. That's good. It's always good to have lots of pegs. Are they long pegs? Are they long pegs? Weird little round things. Axles. Rubber bands. Three more bags to go. Okay, for the record, these are almost one of the most useful pieces around. We call these the Big L. Great for keeping things square. Much more valuable than these guys, which are just a pain in the butt. Ooh, here's a longer version of that guy there. I like him. I'm surprised all these pieces fit. Oh, interesting. So there's the ball, but it's not the heavy metal ball. So hopefully it won't do that vibrating thing that it tends to do. Oh, look. And of course, my favorite piece, the llama. Oh, yeah. These are pretty cool. These are kind of like opposite each other. Where does he go? Oh, he goes with all those others. Okay. Alright, so I've got one container here that's got hardly any pieces in it at all. Okay. Oh my gosh. So, ooh, look at the size of that one. Don't know what this piece is. It's got little gaps, almost like it's designed to grip paper. You know? Uh-oh. I dropped one. Here it is. I thought I'd been shortchanged. Interesting, her little clear pieces, that's kind of cool. And of course we have some minifigs. Uh-oh, missing legs. Dick and Jane. Okay, sweet. I like the fact there's so much spare space underneath there. Alright, so now that we've gone through all the standard Lego plastic pieces, I just wanted to go through some of the electronic components, you know, that are the more fun robot stuff. So let's start with the brain. So this is the Spike control hub. I'm not quite sure what they call it, I forget. And it's pretty basic. It's fairly compact, like you saw before. It has a rechargeable battery that is charged through a micro USB plug, like you know, a phone charger. It's got 6 ports, 3 on either side, that seem to be general purpose, so that both input output. And when you have a look at the coding example, you'll see that the controller in here is able to determine what kind of sensors plugged into each one of these, so that when you program it offers logical, you know, connections. So if you have a light sensor plugged in and you say read the light sensor, it knows that it's on, you know, port B or C or whatever. So let's start with the basics. So this is the small motor. There's 2 small motors and 1 large motor included as part of the standard package. Plugs into any one of the ports, and when you write your code, you tell it which ports you want to use. A couple of things that are cool about this. If you look closely, you'll see that on the end of the white piece here there's a little circle, and on the blue piece that rotates there's a little marker. So it turns out that when these two are aligned, that's the 0 degrees position, and the processor can read the angle of the sensor 0 to 360. I'm not quite sure what happens if I tell it to go to more degrees, if I tell it to try and do 3 revolutions, what degree reading it gets, but I know that I can tell it to go to a specific angle, and the angle is always the same. You know, doesn't matter whether it's been turned off or on again, it knows where the 0 position is, so that's kind of cool. And you'll notice that shaft goes all the way through, so you can either connect to the front of this, or you can connect all the way through with a shaft like a regular NXT motor. So there's 2 of those. I'm guessing that this is a greater gear reduction, so a little bit more power, but I haven't experimented with that a lot yet. So they're the actuators, and in terms of sensors, there's 3 sensors that are included. So this is a color sensor. It's quite small. It's got stud attachments on either side. Plugs in just like in any of the 6 positions, and it will give you a color number basically. So it gives you, you know, is it red or blue or green or black or white, and it comes up with a number, and in the code you can compare that number against, so you can compare what this receives with any color, any one of those color choices. So you can say, you know, loop until the color sensor says red, or stuff like that. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty compact. I like that. This sensor is kind of new. This is on the surface it looks like a touch sensor because it's just got a little clicky thing here. But it turns out that once you go past the basic click, it's actually a force sensor. So it measures it says newtons, but I don't know whether it really is or not. But it goes from 0 to 10 when it's fully depressed. It's 10. So you can actually use this to determine, you know, obviously how hard you push and get something, or you could have it so that it can, you know, it takes a little bit of a push and keeps on rotating a motor, but then when that gets all the way in, then it knows it's time to stop. So that's kind of cool. So it's a touch force sensor. And the last sensor is yet another ultrasonic sensor. Once again, it's more compact than we're used to. It's got a transmitter and a receiver here, sends out a sound wave, bounces back in again. It can read, it can give you a value in centimeters, inches, or percentage. So I'm guessing percentage is percentage of the full scale. Not quite sure what the maximum distance is, although I had it at 75 centimeters, which is about 2.5 feet, and it was working pretty well. The other interesting thing here is that this sensor also has some LEDs in it, so you can actually turn them on. So you could say, you know, when someone pushes the button, turn on the LEDs. So that's kind of cool. They just appear to be one color, white. So, you know, limited usefulness, but it's nothing like, it's kind of cool to give a bit of feedback on your robot. The display on here, hello, there we go, is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a 5 by 5 pixel dot matrix display, basically, and it can display numbers. I don't know whether you can see that in the lighting conditions. Looks like it can have up to 10 programs, 0 to 9, and you can actually create your own symbols in the program and display them on here. So you can use it as a display, or you could just use it to select which program you're going to run. So unlike other programs that have names, these ones just have numbers, so you can load up to 10 programs in here, I guess. It also has a Bluetooth button, which I haven't played with yet, but you know, I assume that's so you can pair it with a tablet or something like that. Uh-oh. Can I turn that off? Apparently not. Well, I'm just going to power it down. Oh yeah, I did turn it off. Good. Yeah, so this is all in all, it's a pretty cool little gadget. Going to be interesting to see how fast these motors run and whether I could build a Sugo bot out of it. But, you know, that's the sensors that we have here. Powering it down. There we go. Cute. Oh, and it comes with a USB programming cable as well. Regular USB-B to micro USB.